That's right. Today's video, guys, we're going to talk about attacking the user. Attacking the user. Okay? I apologize. Come on. I apologize. So, attacking the user, basic premise. We're going to show you in practice mode, and then we're going to show you against some guys that we played online. What we're going to do is if he's using, let's say, a linebacker or safety, whatever, he's leaving some kind of zone open. So, you basically are doing your hot routes to expose that open zone. So, here's the footage for you. All right, dudes, attacking the user.
Attacking the user.
Gameplay footage coming at you. We were going to do it online, but the internet was acting kind of goofy. My wife didn't pay the bill, so we ended up playing our little brother downstairs. He's 7.5, but he's a grown man.
Yeah.
No, he's not 7.5. He's 8. But he played, and he's pretty decent. But the thing is, we didn't tell him what we were doing the video for, so he couldn't pad the stats and make it, doctor the footage. This is legit. It's 2 games. Darius played him in one, and I played him in another. These first clips are D-Bag's footage, so I'll let him walk through his mindset. But take it away, D-Bag.
All right. So what I like to do when I attack the user is send a lot of crossing routes, especially if he's using a linebacker.
Sure.
When I send those crossing routes, it forces him to pick one of the receivers, and then it leaves the next one open. I think it's a good strategy to use the basic crossing routes because, it's quick and it's easy. They're fast throws, and you get easy first downs.
If you're seeing him, he has to commit to one.
Yeah.
And it basically, especially if you have like a spot route,
right,
or somebody that just sits in the zone that he vacates, like right there, he's forced to choose. But with the depth, you just throw it right over his head.
He chose too late, so I just sent the deep ball. I forced him to follow that X route, and I just went for the first down at this point. I wasn't looking for anything special. I had an open receiver in his zone.
He just sat down. That was beautiful.
Here, another crossing route. It's just, they're simple routes. I throw those 90% of the time when I'm attacking the user. And it's easy. And forcing him to get to the quarterback, I just made that route, got a first down.
He was covering them pretty good.
Yeah.
He shadowed a couple of those routes, but the one that sat down and then he pursued the quarterback, he paid for it.
Here, on that last play, he followed too close, so I just kind of threw it up top. Here it shows that attacking the user isn't always 100% successful, so,
you can still make bad reads, but here we go. It's mine. He's following double coverage with that guy, and then I had a dig coming behind him. Yeah. So I knew he couldn't peel off and get the depth in time. Right here I have just Coleman sit down right there in his zone that he vacates. So right there he got confused on who to cover.
Yeah, he had Kittle open too.
I had 3 people coming into his zone, so I knew he had to commit to one. Right there, the same thing. I put Coleman, and he wasn't picking up on it. No disrespect to him. He just... With Coleman sitting there, he's not going to take him. Right there, I almost got caught.
Wow.
That was luck. But right here, I did the same thing. He wants to hug Coleman, and he committed to him just enough where I could get Kittle over the top. But as you guys can see, it's not rocket science. Right there, he was late on trying to cover Samuel, and Samuel's obviously got speed on him. So right here, same thing. I sit down with Kittle, and then I wasn't sitting down with the same person all the time, so he was thrown off a little bit. And there I just have 2 crossers right in front of his face. Yeah. And that's the thing. If that's what you guys are doing, and if you're beginners, look, I see he sat on the R1 that time. Yeah. And, if you guys rewind the video and look at it, I'm really throwing different things at him to try to confuse him. Sometimes I'd throw to the check down. Sometimes I'd throw if he didn't have enough leverage to get the guy going across the field. So you guys just... pay attention to who he's using. He was using the same linebacker the whole game. So I just designed the hot routes. If you can watch the video back, I ran different formations. I threw to different receivers. I wasn't just spotlighting one receiver right there. He just sat on Kittle too long, and I went over the top. So right there, Kittle had a step on him. So even though he went after Kittle, he was a little late on it. So right there, I just get him behind him. So that's basically the premise of it, is you want to watch who he's using and just send a couple routes his way to either sit in his zone or go through his zone. he's either going to have to pick the guy going through his zone or the guy sitting, and that way one guy's going to be open.
And
so
the good thing about attacking the user that it works against any user really. I'm a pretty good user, and Pimo's done this strat against me, and it's really just broken up my whole defense. So it's a real good strategy to use in your games.
Absolutely. Look at what's going on here. I mean, did we discuss this?
Yeah, I have no clue.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but we'll probably leave it at that. And we're going to take it to closing thoughts.
All right.
Closing thoughts. One last time to talk some trash before we are done with this show. Closing thoughts. We gonna run a mouse before you guys decide you're gonna click off.
Closing thoughts. As you can see, the Pro Bowl was a success. You can see the players getting in their cars. They had a great game, all of them. Yeah, it was a lot of showboating
today.
Yeah, it was excellent. A lot of contracts are up for negotiation. Should be a good time. But closing thoughts are fairly basic today, guys. I mean, it's if they're going to use a safety, you force the safety down and hit them over top. If they're going to use a linebacker,
Look for something short, hit something intermediate. And if they're using a lineman, they suck.
yeah, exactly. If they're using a lineman, that's a guaranteed victory. So it's the basic premise again is just to attack the user. Watch who he's using and either throw directly at him or force him to commit a certain way. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, comment, subscribe, tell your butcher, tell your local guy that brings you milk, the dairy guy. Do they still do that?
I have no idea.
Like deliver milk and take the empty cart? Regardless. Tell your paper boy.
Yeah.
Do they do that either? I don't even, whatever.
Those are a thing?
Yeah, tell anyone. Text people. Send out a mass email. Whatever the case may be. So, thanks for joining us, guys. Take care of yourself because we always tipping, never tricking. I did it. See? I got it that time.